Now let's see the topic of recurrence equations or recursive equations. Now while discussing about programs or these algorithms, in the topic of algorithms, I told you that there are two types of algorithms. One is iterative way and the other one is recursive way. When we are trying to solve a problem using iterative method, iteration, which means we need not worry about the equations. Okay, I'll just what I was trying to say is, if you are solving a problem like this, if there is for I equal to 1 to n, and then if you have some code here, then what is the time complexity? We'll just count all the lines which are present in it and we are directly able to give the solution. But then when we are trying to solve the questions using recursion, so which means if there is a program like this, a of n, and then it is calling some a of n minus 1 or a of n by 2, something like this, and then it is doing some work here and it is doing some work here. If the work is constant, then in order to find out the total time taken by this program, we have used the recursive equations. Like, if let us say time taken by this one is t of n, then the time taken by this one will be t of n by 2, and time taken by this one will be t of n by 2, and the other things, if I take the constant for the other lines like this, constant work, then I can write like this: t of n equal to 2 into t of n by 2 plus k. So this is how we have written the recursive equations from the recursive programs, right? And we try to solve them using various methods. I have shown you the recursion tree method, and I have shown you the substitution method, and I have shown you the master's theorem. But anyway, all those methods whichever I have shown you in algorithms, they are not exact answers or the exact solutions. They just gave us a close approximation, which means if you take especially master's theorem was applicable only for the cases where there is a divide and conquer method like this, like let us say t of n equal to a into t of n by b, right, plus k or something, some function is there. Now if you see this is a kind of divide and conquer problem. There are a subproblems and the size of each subproblem is n by b. For such cases, master's theorem was applicable to solve, and also when I was solving these cases, I was not interested in the exact solution, I was just interested in the close approximation, which means most of the cases the answer is going to be either big O of something or theta of something or omega of something like this. In algorithms, that is what we have seen. We are never interested in the exact solution, right? But now there are certain equations which are different from this. For example, if I say t of n equal to t of n minus 1 plus t of n minus 2 plus t of n minus 3 plus k, something like this. Now this is an equation which is also a kind of recurrence. Why? Because the same function is there, t, right, which is also a kind of recurrence, but it is not in the form of divide and conquer. It is not in the form of a into t of n by b, isn't it? It is in the form of t of n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. So whenever you have such equations, it is difficult to solve them, first thing, using the master's theorem, because it is not applicable. And the second thing is, here we don't want the close approximations. Here we don't want the answers in terms of big O of n. We don't want this. We want the exact solution. Like, you tell me what will be t of n. We are interested in getting something like this: n equal to k power 3 minus k square, something like this. This is what we wanted. We don't want any approximate solutions. Then in such cases, we are going to use different techniques to solve these equations. Coming to gate, the questions they are asking in gate are very simple, and most of the cases you can just look at the options in case if options are given, and for these questions mostly options will be given because they are not numerical kind of questions. Options will be given. You can just look at the options and you can substitute the values and you can find out what the answer is. What I mean to say is, in gate, if any question is given, right, you can easily solve it this way. So if you have t of n equal to, let us say, t of n minus 1 plus t of n minus 2 plus 3, something is given like this, and also they are going to give some base condition: t of 1 equal to 1, t of 0 equal to 1 and t of 1 equal to 2, something like this, and then they will give you the options a, b, c, d. What is t of n? Now one option may say t of n is 2 power n minus 1, one option may say 2 power n plus 1, other option may say 3 power n plus 1, 4 power n plus 1. I'm just taking an example, rough example. There might not be, this question might not be right at all, and these options might not be right at all, but I'm just telling you how to solve it. Now since you know that t of n equal to 1, t of 0 equal to 1, you try to substitute t of 0 equal to 1. Then based on that, maybe you can eliminate some of the options, right? And t of 1 equal to 2 is given, you substitute it and you can eliminate, right? And similarly, if after t of 0 and t of 1, if 2 are eliminated and 2 are remaining, then you can even try to find out what is t of 2, right? So how can you find out what is t of 2? From this one, t of 2 equal to t of 1 plus t of 0 plus 3. Got it? Now you find out what is t of 2, and then you try to substitute in place of n the value 2, and then see which one is giving you the right answer. Okay, I'll take exact gate questions and we can even solve it. So what I mean to say is, in order to solve most of the questions in gate which are given in this topic, you actually doesn't need whatever I am going to teach. But still, if the question is very complex, or if they try to miss some terms in such a way that you will not be able to substitute it and get the answer, in that case the techniques whichever I am going to teach you are going to be helpful, right? So let's discuss about the techniques, how you are going to solve them, and then examples, and then gate questions in this. There will be maybe one question from this topic. You might get one question. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities, but whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is, we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.